Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Be Her with Shawna. We're on season 3 where we're talking to some witchy women who are building their empires and diving into how they're going about doing this and where they started and all those beautiful things. So we're talking to Shawna today. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to chat.
Me too. Learn more about you and what you're doing and all of that kind of stuff. So, um, yeah, like what were you doing in the past, I guess is my biggest question. Like tell me a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you.
So, I have done quite a few different things. I actually originally went down the traditional path and I went to college. So, I did that, like so many of us are taught to believe that if we go to college that it's going to be an automatic success and the thing with me is that I chose something that I didn't actually like doing. And I actually found out that, I just wasn't meant to be in a job. So I went to college. I got a degree actually in chemistry, and
Oh,
I
okay.
worked in a lab for a few years.
Okay.
I wanted to be a forensic scientist to work on like crime stuff. And while I did enjoy the work, I was stuck inside of a lab with a freaking white coat on over my clothes and just hidden kind of away from the world. And if you don't know a lot about people in STEM, there's a lot of introverts there. So I was just stuck in this space where nobody wanted to talk to me. And all I could think about was how other people were starting their small businesses, and how every day I went home, I was wanting to share my creativity and do other things. And
Hmm.
so eventually I was given a really good reason to quit. And instead of immediately looking for another job, I said, I'm just going to figure this out. I'm going to do my thing and not have my job anymore. And that was about 3 years ago.
Hmm.
So I basically dove right into being a content creator and growing my handmade art business.
So what kind of handmade art do you do?
So my bread and butter is wire wrapping. So I
Hmm.
do lots of necklaces and pendants and statement pieces. I vend a lot of festivals, so my target audience is festival goers and ravers and
Hmm.
people like that. So I currently am still doing that, actually. It's a big goal of mine to scale back on
Hmm.
vending festivals and creating art pretty much as soon as possible.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm doing now. So I've done that. I've worked part-time. I have dabbled in quite a few things in the online space actually since quitting my 9 to 5. And now here we are.
Love that. Um, yeah, festivals are a lot of work. Like I do markets and stuff, and as amazing as they are to connect with new people and that kind of stuff, they are a lot of work. And, especially if you're doing your artwork and stuff, like I don't think people really realize and understand how much behind the scenes stuff happens just to get to the festival, right?
Yeah, they really don't. Like I had my last festival was like 2 weekends ago, I think, and
Hmm.
I was up past midnight pretty much every night, like for weeks leading up to it, because I knew I had to have this inventory because so much. So, I had this was actually it ended up being my best festival I've ever done.
That's awesome.
But at the same time, if you factored everything in, like the math doesn't math into super sustainable income, like
No.
I made $5,000 in a day, but if you thought about all of the hours I stayed up past midnight, all the sleep I lost, all of the other overhead I had to buy, it just
Uh-huh.
is not sustainable. And I already had to put so much of it back into costs and stuff that I already spent on the festival or other festivals that I have coming up. Yeah, people just don't understand all of the um, stuff that comes with vending a festival. And especially, I want to point out, like, if you're doing something like I do, where everything I make is handmade, uh, I have a lot of integrity and creativity that I put into my work. I'm not just making stuff that can be mass produced or stuff that I can order online and resell. And that's
Mhm.
such a huge part of, my values, where, I probably could make my festival income be a little bit more if I was open to bending some of my values, where I want everything to be made sustainably, earth friendly, and have a bit of my heart in it. And that's just something I really love about what we do now is you can have both.
Right. No, absolutely. Um, people don't just understand how much time and effort. And I don't even like make things to take to shows. And I know that it's like a ton of work. So, and the fact that you're recreating each and every one of them by yourself, like you're a one woman show. And there's only so many time and hours and everything in the day. So, yeah, that's a lot of work for sure. For sure.
Right. And then we factor in things like gas and physically having to be there for 2 to 5 days. Like that
Mhm.
is so much time away from home, so much like sacrifice just to honestly make maybe a little bit more than like minimum wage.
Yeah. Yeah. So when did you, so we're gonna like kind of pivot or whatever to the online like leveraging income that we do now. And when did you get started with that?
Yeah, so I've been in the high ticket affiliate marketing space for about a year and a half now.
And so what really drew you into that?
Oh, I honestly had this opportunity. Well, the first time it came to me was actually like 5 years ago, but
Okay.
I was not looking for something like this. So obviously I did not partner back then. And then it came around kind of randomly. I got the message and I didn't even realize that I maybe was now in a space that I was looking for something like this. Um, but then I saw what was possible here and what people were creating here, and I saw how it could be so much bigger and better and easier than what I was doing.
Mhm.
It's, I saw a dip in my jewelry sales. I was not making as much money as I had in years past because, people just don't have money for stuff like that. And for small handmade artists, it was just getting really hard, and I was not seeing really the growth that I wanted to be seeing in being an entrepreneur. I was no closer to being able to buy a house or get out of my apartment, no closer to saving money for anything or being able to be closer to financial freedom. I just realized that what the path that I was on was not bringing me there.
Yeah.
Um, and I just saw what people were creating here and saw this as a real path to make real money that I wasn't making before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think like when you are a creator and you have to like you said, like produce your own products and services and all of that kind of stuff all the time, it's really also interesting to like wrap your head around like changing how you make money, right? Do you find that?
Absolutely. It's so hard. It's been, I've been in this space for a year and a half, but it's really taken me, like, it took me like a whole year to really start getting into the mindset that I could create big money. I deserve to create big money and to start thinking that know if you guys can hear the train,
We can, and that's
but
okay.
there is a train.
Because life happens.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's see. Where was I? Dang train made me lose my train of thought. Uh,
That's the trajectory that you're on right now is the train flying down the track.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I was talking about shifting my mindset to be able
Yeah.
to create real money more than just survival. That has been a lot of work, especially as an artist. We are all like creatives. We basically get like the idea ingrained in us that in order to do something that's meaningful and share our art, like we have to struggle. We get that idea
Yeah.
so
I,
early on. So shifting out of just like making enough to pay the bills and to actually be able to expand what you want has been such a trip. It has been such a trip, but I'm so glad that I've been doing that work to be able to know that I can create that for myself.
yeah, it is a really big shift. And I feel like because you're, you know, quite involved with like the spiritual community as well and all of that, right? That I find that there is like this mind shift because of even allowing yourself to make more money and to, you know, essentially just get paid for big money for being yourself. Do you know what I mean? For like showing up online and sharing what you love to do and getting paid to do it, kind of thing. Like there is that real big shift. Mhm.
Absolutely. Such a shift to just realize that you deserve to get paid for what you want to and are meant to be doing.
Mhm. Mhm. So, what are your like plans for the business and everything in the future?
Oh, yeah, my plan for the business and everything in the future. Okay, well, let's see. Let's talk about long-term goals or big goals. So I really would love to move out of my apartment
Uh-huh.
and I would love to have a homestead. That was one of the big things that pushed me to start this business was to be able to have the means to buy land and be able to, share with people how they can live with in tune with the earth. And I would love to use, the money that I'm able to create with high ticket affiliate marketing to fund that for me and my family and also fund other things that I feel like I'm here to do in the world. Specifically for me, I think there is a really big lack of meaningful fitness and wellness spaces in the world.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of people, just go to the gym and are there and they leave, and there's not a lot of community and there's not a lot of welcoming energy for people that are kind of intimidated by spaces like that. So, what I would really love to do with my online business, with the water and everything, is open up a wellness space that is more sensory friendly with lower lighting, quieter music, and also a whole lot of community events, as well as classes and spiritual meetings and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
of course, Kangen water at
Yeah.
these spaces as well. So that's something I really see missing in the world that I probably wouldn't have the funding to do if I was not building this business. And I know one day this business is going to help me open up a space like that.
Mhm. Mhm. I love that. That is such a beautiful vision to have for sure. You're an avid gym goer, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am not. So like having a nice, like calm, quiet place where you actually like feel welcome and stuff would probably be a beautiful thing to have because I just like I don't know, I'm not one to want to go and work out in front of people, and that's always been my reason for not going to the gym, even though like I do work out at home all the time and stuff. But yeah, I
Right.
think
And
it's
I
beautiful.
think that's true for a lot of people. And I
Yeah.
always have think even now, like I wear blue light glasses to the gym and I hate when it's loud there. And, one day it just clicked, and I was like, somebody needs to make a space where it's not so, like, a space between, like, you can go there and get buff if that's what you want to do, but it's not super gym bro culture. It's still
Hmm.
mixed with like spiritual wellness culture. I would love
Hmm.
to combine the two because I am super passionate about both of them, both being really strong and strength training and things like yoga and spiritual ceremonies and community.
Hmm. And I think that's where we're going to be seeing more things shifting in the world is bringing more of that spiritual aspect into so many different things, right? And I love how you're like so multi-passionate and just bringing it all together as one
Right.
and
Yeah,
making it
that's amazing. And it's another amazing thing that high
Mhm.
ticket affiliate marketing just blends into so many different things as well.
Right?
Like I share the water when I go to festivals. I plan on sharing the water when I open up my gym. Like it just blends so well
Hmm.
with everything you
And I love that everybody's vision is so different. Like everybody has their own individual unique why. Everybody has like completely different vision for why they're doing this and how they want to incorporate it all into their lives. And I think it's just such an amazing thing that can support so many different people in different ways.
Yeah, I've seen so many people be able to grow so many different businesses and visions with this business, and so many people are, especially creative women, they're like, I don't want to give up what I'm doing
Exactly.
to
Hmm.
become a high ticket affiliate marketer. I really don't want to do that. And I definitely had that thought
Hmm.
too when I was first considering this. I was like, I don't want to give up being an artist. But I really now see that I don't have to. And also this year, where I have worked so hard on my festivals, I really have been shown how it really sucks when you start to have to be creative to make money and not just because it's fun.
Hmm.
I've really had that shown to me this year, and I'm just so ready to be in a space where I can just be creative as a form of healing and expression versus just having to pay the bills.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And would you bring in like your creative aspects and all that kind of stuff into your wellness business as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. Whether it's like the decorations or any
Yeah.
events that I hold,
Mhm.
I'm sure I would have
I feel
like
like I was gonna say I feel
artists
like you'd be like teaching classes or something like for like
teaching
mental
classes.
health and like that kind of stuff. Like using that creativity as an outlet. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Super
And
excited.
I love that I've had, these visions come to me and been able to dream about them because now I have this sustainable path to creating more income.
Right? Yeah. And it just allows us to fuel all our passions, whatever way we want that to look like for ourselves. And let's talk about the community. Like, let's touch base on that because that's how you and I really met was through the community, right? I didn't know you. You
Yeah.
were already in the business, right? And then I got into it, and we were, introduced through a mutual friend.
Yeah, the community has been something that I did not even think about or expect when I partnered.
Hmm.
Um, and it's been one of the best things that I have discovered, not even only like our team and the people that we see every week, but I've met so many other people, and even just in the year and a half, all the people that I've been acquainted with and that I've been able to speak to and learn about their stories and just be shown what other magical women are doing in this space. And I just love how, everybody celebrates everyone here. There's not many spaces
Absolutely.
where you feel that genuine women rooting for other women. There's
Mhm.
not enough. There's not that many spaces like that in the world, and we have one of them, and it's absolutely golden to be in.
Mhm. And the fact that it's like weekly support, like you're not just given the business and being like, hey, good luck with everything. No, there are so many ways that you're supported through this whole journey so that you are set up for success, right? It's just about you actually showing up in the business and allowing yourself to believe that you are more than capable of doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no lack of resources here. Like you are given everything you need to succeed. It's just up to you whether you want to use them or not. But
Yeah.
you are not doing this business alone. And that's a huge difference too between being a regular entrepreneur and building something yourself and doing this. Because you don't have to do this alone. There's always somebody to give you feedback. There's always somebody to collaborate with. There's always somebody to chat with, whether it's about the business or personal stuff or personal growth or whatever. There's always somebody that's in a similar situation or wanting to support you.
Yeah. And we all just get to come together and to support one another. And I always tell people, I'm like, you just get to like plug into the business and play. Like you literally can just like copy paste something sometimes, honestly. Like you just get to
Right.
share and, show up. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you're showing up to what's going on, staying close to the fire, close to the community, like there's
Yeah.
no doubt that you can be successful here.
Hmm. Hmm. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share about anything?
But what do I want to share about? I would love to share with your audience just about a couple other things that just really surprised me that I have gotten out of this business because
Please.
so many people are coming into this business looking to grow their income or possibly find more fulfillment out of life. But one thing that I have not have really been surprised besides the community to gain is all of the expansion and personal growth that I have been
Hmm.
able to do here and all of the resources I've been given to do that, and all of the traumas and triggers I've been shown to work
Right?
through. Like, I don't know, I've been in therapy for years, but there's been nothing that compares to starting a business like this
Mhm.
and opening yourself up to receive, opening yourself up to move through what's holding you back, opening yourself up to be supported. We have this amazing community we just talked about, but I had to really work on being able to receive that support
Yeah.
and be vulnerable with other women. And I've been able to just gain so much wisdom and healing in that way. Um, and just have so much of my brain expanded here from deciding that I'm going to learn this business.
Hmm. Well, and that's exactly it. Like learning the business. It's about becoming the student again because we're all here because what was happening or what we were doing wasn't working, right?
Right.
Mhm. And they have an amazing school platform that allows us to like it has so much information on there. I can remember like just binge watching so many of the like different classes and stuff they have on there, and I was like, I feel like my head could explode. Like I was like, I actually had to take a step back because I was like, this is so much information and so overwhelming at the beginning until you actually like start to settle into everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's just our online platform. Like, you haven't
Yeah,
even been to any live events yet.
I know.
And I've been to a couple, and they're just mind-blowing to see what people are doing here and what there is to absorb from other people in this community who have came before us and are so fucking open to sharing what they did and what works. And nobody's gatekeeping anything. And there's just so much to expand yourself with here.
Mhm. Well, and I love how everybody is so open and willing to share their stories of how they were struggling, like very much so struggling. So many people were, and that's why they get into this business is to like basically shift the trajectory of their lives because they're just tired of the way things have been going.
Yeah,
It's beautiful to see for sure.
absolutely.
Mm. So, oh yeah, I was going to mention when you were talking about See, now we have so many distractions today. So is life. So is life. Um, I wanted to mention when you were talking about how um, allowing yourself to be supported by community and that kind of stuff, like that's half the battle is just allowing yourself to receive. And the whole aspect of like the sister wound is what was coming when you were talking about, you know, um, yeah, the community and that kind of stuff is how we as women carry this sister wound from like this lifetime, past lifetimes, like so many different situations that have happened in our lives. And like having to heal that in general is a really big thing to do as well.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge thing to do. We are really just faced with so many opportunities to heal sister wounds, heal witch wounds, heal childhood wounds. So many
Receiving in
opportunities.
general. I think
Yeah,
receiving in general is a big thing. Especially when, and also when you've been like a solopreneur for so long, like learning to connect with community as opposed to having to do it by yourself all the time. Yeah, it's
yeah,
a big shift for sure.
absolutely. And it's just I'm so grateful that we have the internet and this online space to connect
Hmm.
us with people because I don't know about you, but I live in a small Midwest town. There's not that many people like me
Hmm.
around. So to be able to connect with other cool witchy women like you, um, on a weekly basis is just that's been life changing as well to find my people and be able to actually connect with them.
Hmm. And I love that it's like there's like yeah so many different little communities to support one another within this global business, right? Like you just find your people, you find your tribe, and you just all come together and co-create something beautiful.
Yep.
Hmm. I know, like I live in, I call it a small city or whatever, and so I know what you mean. Like it's different when you're kind of on a different trajectory than everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. I always used to say I feel like an alien,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
now, I might still, but now I have found other aliens too.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's the beautiful thing about like being online. And that's the other thing actually I think about this business as well is you don't have to work it online. I think people get intimidated by that. I think people are like, "Oh my god, how am I going to show up and how am I going to do the posting and how am I going to do this and how am I going to do that?" You don't. You can literally just like share with people what you're doing and like that's basically all it is.
Yeah, totally.
So, lovely. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to like any words of wisdom for everybody before we pop?
Well, I just would like to tell anybody that's considering this opportunity, just really be curious, lean in, get your questions answered. One thing that's amazing about this opportunity in this community is we truly want people who are aligned and want to be here. We aren't
Hmm.
just chasing a paycheck or a sale. We truly are building something amazing and we want to find, our next best friend and business partner. And so just be curious, get the clarity that you need. Don't, have an open mind and you will know. Um, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's beautiful. Um, I I really truly believe that the women that like you and all the other women in our group, really do this not just for ourselves, but because we want to see other women being successful as well. Right? I always say I'm like more wealth in the hands of women is how we're going to change this world, and I truly believe
Absolutely.
that. Yeah,
I totally,
yeah.
totally. Women change the world. They change the lives when they have resources.
Hmm.
100%.
Hmm. And you can't make all these changes and everything in the world if you don't have the financial resources to do it. You can have all the big visions you want, but unless you actually have the funds to make it happen, um, then sometimes it's, that's kind of pointless, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, where can everybody follow you on social media?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. I am at Forest Fire. It's spelled a little wonky. I'll have Shalon put it in the description.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm mostly active on Instagram, and I'll have her put my links in the comments or in the description. And I also have my own podcast called Forest Fire Rising that you
Love
can go
that.
connect with me a little bit more over there as well.
Beautiful. Thank you. And if you want to connect with me, you can book a discovery call, and the link for that will be in the description below. And thank you so much for being here and sharing with us today, Shauna.
Thank you so much.
Hey, have a beautiful day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.